One of the best things that has ever happened in my training in family constellations was my teacher said, everybody's a murderer. Everyone's a murderer, everyone's an adulteress, everybody's a pedophile, everybody is a schizophrenic, everybody is everything. We all have everything within us. Some people just need different scenarios or circumstances to bring out different parts of us. So the murderer in you. For some, it's easier to access that part of us. For others, you need to put a gun against the head of your children, and it will bring out the murderer inside of you. It was such an aha moment for me because I realized that we are addicted to thinking that we're good people. We are addicted to thinking that we only have light inside of us and are only going to show that to others. So when she said everybody's a murderer, it kind of gave me permission of seeing like I between my usual personality and murder, it feels like there's a giant gap, but there's a lot in between as well where we call the shadow, where we call the parts of us that we don't let come into the light, but they're there, they exist. And getting to know them, and first of all, just acknowledging that they're there and admitting it just takes away so much pressure from being perfect, so much pressure from being evolved, so much pressure from being this monk that is completely responsible and always has the right way of reacting. And knowing like actually there's a lot inside of us that's messy and knotted and selfish and vain and superficial and jealous. Like all of those parts exist. And the more we deny it, it's like putting balloons filled with air beneath the water and just pushing it down. It's actually going to feel stronger trying to get up as opposed to just allowing it. I'm not saying now go ahead and go be shitty wherever you go, but I am saying what would happen if you began exploring those parts of you and actually looking at them as advantages of when does your inner bitch actually really need to come out, but your people pleasing tendencies is too strong that the bitch gets repressed. And really the bitch would be a great friend for you to have. Something that's been so helpful for me is naming the parts of myself that I've tried to deny or tried to fix or try to make them go away. And it's been really helpful because by giving them a name, they become your friends. And also, you get to be in the driver's seat again. So, one of my names is Spider Vagina. I have this part of me who is this rigid, conservative, angry vagina, just like very much afraid of people having fun, afraid of people being loose, afraid of people enjoying their sexuality. And I just get really tense when other people are doing that. It brings out this really judgmental part of me. And once I was able to, first of all, give it a name, like, hey, this is spider vagina, it relaxed me and it took me away that I am spider vagina, but really it's this other piece of me. It's this part of me, but I'm not her. And I can feel her when she comes out. I feel like the wrinkles in my face. I feel like the long black dress and the gray hair and like like the skinniness and like the angry scowl. Like I feel her. And so when she comes out now, I can feel myself even just on a body position. I feel my body language showing, like showing up as her. I feel my shoulders getting tighter. I feel my hands clenching together. I feel myself saying like very like short and succinct sentences. She comes out and giving her a name just brings up so much humor of like, oh, spider vagina is here because my friend just had sex with someone she just met. And that brings out spider vagina. So it separates me from her, which is great. Secondly, then I get to actually talk to her and being like, hey, spider vagina, what do you actually feel right now? I feel really angry, and these young hooligans are just, they're going to get diseases, and it's like, what else are you feeling? I'm feeling frustrated because I never get to do that. Oh, you're feeling frustrated. Yeah, I'm feeling frustrated. And I'm actually feeling a lot of longing because I don't give myself permission to enjoy myself. Oh, you're feeling a lot of longing. Yeah, I'm feeling really sad. I'm feeling mourning because, I'm getting older and I didn't enjoy that in my youth. And like she just begins to open up. And I actually get to hear the young woman who holds herself back, or the young woman who feels self-conscious, or the young woman who feels scared to trust men in that way that my friends are. And it just, oh, it actually leads you directly to the source of what's happening, because the time it gets up to the surface level, it's judgmental, it's angry, it's cranky, it's crotchety, it's all of those voices. But if you separate yourself from it for a moment and have a conversation with it, it's actually really fucking tender and yearning and whole and soft and emotional. It's not hard and crusty at all when you bring it down to its core. It's very malleable. And I'm not saying spider vagina doesn't exist. She definitely has her moments, but as I work through with her and compost what's actually going on and give myself those needs, she actually is, she still, it's not that she doesn't come up ever, she comes up less, and she comes up in a way that I'm actually able to hear her, in a way that I know who it is who's talking right away. So then I've done it with Igor, who's my workaholic. I've done it with Erwin, who's my Korean War veteran, who gets angry when people cry. We all have so many voices inside of us who cut us off from the world around us. And that's our shadow. Our shadow are the things that want to disconnect us, isolate us, and alienate us from the world around us. And it's usually because we are disconnected, alienated, and cut off from those needs within us. So I give us all a blessing to find a shadow of us today, find one of the pieces of ourselves that haven't been allowed to come out, have been pushed down, and get to know it. And please open up your curiosity as wide as possible. The job is not to stuff it down anymore. The job is not to tell it it's wrong, but the job is to actually celebrate it, get to know it, enunciate it, anthropomorphize it, get to know what it's here for, what it's trying to tell us. Because what beneath all of that, if you go all the way to the core, is a beautiful need. And when you get to touch that need and hold that need, oh, your whole system relaxes and more of you will be allowed to come out. Because if we're only allowing the nice pieces of ourselves up, by doing this work, you actually get to reclaim needs of your own and bring it in up through a way that's not sideways. So, for example, spider vagina, the need is actually to feel seen and to be told that I'm beautiful. And it's like, oh, yeah, I could do that for myself. And then when it happens, it doesn't come in, it doesn't get refracted through spider vagina being like, stop that young man, don't try to seduce this person, but actually through a sweet way of like, yeah, I have that need. Oh, thank you. Thank you for seeing that. Thank you for helping me see that as well. And it softens us to ourselves. Anyways, I'm wishing us all a great day and fun exploring our shadows.